In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA picks for Friday, January 23rd. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and we're here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Friday NBA picks slate we got going on. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetChefD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91, and don't forget about that Patreon right now at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 10.3 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 20K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so you can grow to a much broader audience. All right, now for our plays on yesterday, started out red hot. We cashed in on the Nuggets. Nuggets. We had -5.5. We had the Hornets plus 6.5, and they came off and blew out the Magic. I told you Magic were very inconsistent. 76ers we had, they came out and won. We had them plus 2.5. They outright won. Nuggets, as you can see, won by 10. We had the two losses were the Timberwolves and we had the Warriors, but the Warriors lost. So right now we're 4-2. We're waiting on two more games. Here we're on the Clippers, and we're waiting on the Trailblazers as well. So Clippers look really good. We're waiting on that Heat and Trailblazers game. That's probably going to come down to the wire. But looking like a phenomenal. Oh, we had the team total over. Team total over for the Spurs. I posted 120. They already passed that. If you waited, the total ballooned up to 125, so they should be passing that. Still 2 minutes left in the game, so we cashed in on that as well. So right now it's looking like maybe we got 3 wrong. The third one would be the Trailblazer game, so we'll wait and see. But phenomenal night. If you paid attention and watched the video, we smashed it out the park. If you want more winning plays, as you can see right here, at the 76ers is one of the main plays. If you want more winning plays, you got to click that link provided down below, and you get full access to this, what you see right here. Daily bets, future bets, and access to this chat. We're going over plays 24/7, parlays, everything is going on in here. As you can see, winning tickets as well. Click on that link provided down below and get full access to this, what you see right here, right now. In Little Caesars Arena here, we have the Detroit Pistons 32-10 going against the Houston Rockets 26-16. Current odds for this one, we have Pistons as home favorites -185. Comeback of the Rockets at a +150. Total at 217.5 and spread at 4.5. Public bet percentage here, 65% of the bets, 79% of the money all over Detroit. For the total, 81% of the bets, 84% of the money here towards the over 217. And for the spread, 54% of the bets coming in on Houston, but 66% of the money coming in on the Pistons to cover this number. All right, now let me look at one thing before I go. I want to know the back-to-back ATS spread for the Rockets, because the Rockets just lost to the Philadelphia 76ers. What is their record with no rest? Just curious. Good to know, just in case. Rockets, let's see, I'm going. Oh, they are 1-3 with no rest. 1-3 against the spread with no rest. Just so you guys know, this is the second game of back-to-back here, and they did lose to the 76ers. All right, so that's going to be a big question mark right there. Get this up and running for you. Bang. All right, so going into this game here in this spot, we got the two brothers facing each other. Sir Thompson versus Amen Thompson. That's going to be definitely a sight to see. We're waiting on some important people here. Duncan Robinson, they're one of the better three-point shooters. Ronald Holland off the bench. Very good defender, a nice bright spark off the bench. And Karis LeVert as well is another scorer off the bench. So there's some key pieces missing here for the Detroit Pistons. We got to make sure if they're going to be able to give it a go. Houston Rockets, Steven Adams. Yes, he gets some minutes off the bench. It does. Veteran presence at center, but this still the starting five is fine here for the Rockets. Both teams have been playing solid basketball as well. Looking at the total, at that 217, the first game went to 226. And that one, very interesting to see because these are two slower paced teams here. Rockets is 27th, and then we have the Pistons in the middle, bottom middle half at 18th overall. But also the defensive rating. This is two top 4 teams in defensive rating here. So it's making me lean towards this second matchup in the under. So my secondary play will be under 217.5. For the play here, I love taking teams coming off a loss on a back-to-back, similar to what I told you about the Hornets. Same scenario in that one. 76ers had the same scenario last week. Give me the Rockets plus 4.5. Bettors are going to be watching that Rockets game yesterday and like, oh man, it didn't come through for me. I'm not taking them. The Pistons are the best team in the East. You got to go against the grain here. Give me the Rockets plus 4.5. Main play, secondary play under 217.5, and a very defensive matchup in this one. In State Farm Arena here, we have the Atlanta Hawks 21-25 going up against the Phoenix Suns 27-17. We have odds here. Suns on the road minus 145 as road favorites. Comeback of the Hawks at a plus 118. Total at 233.5. And spread at 2.5. Looking at the public bet percentage, 77% of the bets, 67% of the money on Phoenix, 73% of the bets and money towards the over 233, and for the spread, 73% of the bets, 64% of the money towards Phoenix to cover this number at 2.5. Interesting matchup here. Obviously, Atlanta Hawks playing without Trae Young. They traded him. This team with McCollum and their cast and crew with Jalen Johnson, who has emerged as a franchise guy now. Impressive and fun to watch. But this Phoenix Suns team is very, how can I say it? They're a well-oiled machine, man. It's a very consistent team, and it's ironic to say that because they lost to Atlanta earlier in the season, and I was in Phoenix. So this is a perfect revenge narrative in Atlanta. Phoenix playing nice basketball here. 3-game winning streak currently on a road trip now, and now going over to Atlanta. I like to see that there. Atlanta finally getting a win. That was a much needed win for Atlanta going up against Memphis. They were on a 5-game losing streak here. So definitely a bright spot in that particular part. If we're looking at the total for this one, that first game went to 246 points here. We got a total of 233.5. If we're looking at the overall total, I like the over. But mainly my secondary play will be the Phoenix Suns team total over. We've seen this team give up a bunch of points here. 141, 117, 132, 112. So anywhere in that, 115 and above area, they've given that up, even 122 to Memphis as well. So love the Phoenix Suns. I think they can be very efficient, even though it's a slower paced team. This defense for Atlanta is really bad, and I like the Phoenix Suns team total over, and ultimately just give me the money line for the Suns as the main play. In Rocket Arena here, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers 25-20 going up against the Sacramento Kings here 12-33. Looking at the odds, Cavaliers as home favorites minus 625. Comeback of the Kings at a plus 450. Total at 233.5 and spread at 11.5. Public bet percentage here, 88% of the bets, 57% of the money on the money line for Cleveland. For the total, 61% of the bets and money towards the over 233.5, and for the spread, 50% of the bets, 67% of the money on Cleveland to cover the 11.5. Now, this team here, I wanted to give the benefit of the doubt with the Kings. I really tried, and they burned me in that previous matchup against Toronto. All right, second game of back-to-back, and they straight up didn't show up at all and got blown out in that second half, down 122-109. They had a little nice run here. Had a game of 4 straight games with wins. That was a positive sight, and then lost to Portland, lost to Miami, lost to Toronto. Now we get Cleveland. Cleveland is playing much better basketball. Good back-to-back win against Philly. Understandable loss against the Thunder, and then they really pretty much dominated Charlotte in Charlotte. Now they're coming back home. So we got 2 inconsistent teams. 100% we got 2 consistent teams here. I think I want to stay away from this large spread, and I would just go with Cleveland Cavaliers team total over, and the over on the total of 233.5. I think both of these teams can put up a bunch of points. Both can knock down threes, especially the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I want to stick with that. I think the Cavaliers can exploit this defense here in the Kings. And I like the team total over of the Cavaliers and the overall over in 233.5 in this particular spot. In Barclays Center here, we have the Brooklyn Nets 12-30 going against the Boston Celtics 27-16. Looking at the odds for this one, Celtics on the road as favorites -400, comeback of the Nets at a +310, total at 217, spread at 8.5. For the public bet percentage here, 92% of the bets, 95% of the money all over Boston. For the total, 81% of the bets, 82% of the money towards the over 217. And for the spread, 84% of the bets and 90% of the money towards the Celtics to cover the 8.5. All right, so that was an embarrassing performance from the Brooklyn Nets in that previous game against the Knicks. To lose by that much is that you can't come back from that. That was absolute. No one showed up in that game at all. 120-66. You don't even deserve to be in the NBA. Let's be real here. Michael Porter Jr. was a no-show. Cam Thomas was a no-show. Everyone from top to bottom was a no-show. I don't know how you back this team after that type of performance. Obviously, they're one of the worst teams in the league, and that's going to continue in this one here. Boston Celtics, despite this Derek White injury, he's out. Rested. He's resting. They're resting him. That's why. They have that luxury to rest Derek White. Tatum is obviously out as well, but you should expect the Nets to bounce back, meaning like not no show again. 8.5. It's not double digits. This is the far superior team. Anyway, that Derek White injury does make me think a little bit, because I would like to have his shooting upside there. The first matchup between these two, Boston won by 14, and in the second game, the Celtics actually beat the Nets beat the Celtics in the second matchup. So that was interesting to see there. This one, I absolutely cannot trust the Brooklyn Nets one. I'm going to be going with the Boston Celtics -8.5 as the main play. If you don't trust that one, I would definitely just go towards I would just go towards the team total over of the Celtics. That's the safest way here, because if I go to the over and the Nets no show again and don't score, that's going to hurt the total. But I do have faith in the offense of the Celtics to put up points against the Nets defense. So you know what, matter of fact, number one play, Boston Celtics team total over. Give me that right now. Whatever it's at, 115, around 115 to 120, I'll take those points, all right, with the Celtics here. So Celtics team total over, whatever number you can get it at. And for the secondary play will be Celtics -8.5. All right, before we get to this Thunder versus Pacers, just so you see the number on this Celtics, the team total over is at 113.5. I like that one right there. So over 113.5 in the Celtics. And for the Cavs, I told you the team total over as well against the poor defense of the Kings. And that team total will be at, let's see, I'll get 122. All right, I'll take the over 122.5 right here, over team total as well for the Cavs. All right, that's how we're going to be playing this, taking advantage of poor defenses. We can't be if we go for a whole team total, we risk with a lesser offense here. Similar to this situation here, if they don't show up, then you're pretty much you're assed out here. So for this game here, Thunder 37-8, Pacers 10-35. Not public odds here, 1,600 for the Thunder on the money line, plus 875 for the Pacers on the get back. Total at 226.5, spread at 16.5. So spread is really, really high here. Obviously, this is a number that they should cover. Looking at the public bet percentage, 90% of the bets, 78% of the money on the Thunder. For the total, 78% of the bets and money towards the over. And for the spread, 63% of the bets, 75% of the money towards the Thunder to cover this number at 16.5. All right. Looking at this matchup here, we have an elite offense and elite defense in the Thunder. As you can see, offensive rating number 5 for the Thunder, and then defensive rating they're number 1. All right, and if we're looking at this Pacers team, they have really struggled to put up points. Only 104 against Boston, 104 against Philly, only 78 against Detroit, and then 101 against Toronto. All right, so me going towards an over. They should, even if the Thunder just go over that 122, say they get well, no, we don't even know let me see what's the over for what they got the Thunder at. Let me see. They have the Thunder team total at 121. So even if they got 122 and the Pacers get 100, still that does not cover this over. This is what I'm talking about here. So it could be a diabolical cover, and still that over doesn't hit. So I'm going to be on the side of the Thunder to dominate this team. Give me minus 16.5. I'll go Thunder minus 16.5 and Thunder team total over. I'm going to be on the side of the offense of the Thunder, taking advantage of this team here. Obviously, if the Pacers aren't putting up points, then the opposite for the total would be the under, and that'll be the third play. But give me first Thunder to cover and Thunder team total over 121.5. In FedEx Forum here, we have the Grizzlies 18-24 going against the Pelicans 10-36. Looking at the odds for this one, Grizzlies minus 225, comeback of the Pelicans plus 185, total at 234, and spread at 6.5. Public bet percentage here, 81% of the bets, 92% of the money on Memphis for the total, 71% of the bets, and 75% of the money towards the over 234.5. And for the spread, 77% of the bets and 71% of the money towards the Grizzlies to cover this number. All right, now for Ja Morant here in the injury report, he will be out of this game. So that's been the majority of this season, him in and out of the lineup here. He's going to be out of this game going up against the Pelicans. Definitely a game you think that the Grizzlies should win. And they've already played twice already this year, both games going towards Memphis and both games going well over, all right, over the total. So I see it's a very similar spot here where we should take advantage of the points in this game. One game was with Ja Morant and it went over, and one game was without Ja Morant and it went over. So either way, these teams are putting up points because this is the number 9 and number 10 pace team in the league. And also, if we're looking at defensive rating, these are one of the worst, especially the Pelicans here. Pelicans 28th in the league in defense. They really, with the pace and the fact that they don't play defense, a lot of their games tend to go over. All right, so what we're looking at here, I like the over 234.5. That's going to be the secondary play with Ja Morant out. I am going to be in. This is the third matchup. All right, third matchup between these two teams. It's been close each time they played. 6-point game and a 5-point game. I'm going to give me the points here with the Pelicans. I think they have an opportunity to make things interesting in this game with no Ja Morant. So plus 6.5, top play for the Pelicans in this matchup against the Grizzlies. Last but not least, here in Milwaukee, we have the Bucks 18-25 going up against the Denver Nuggets 30-15. Current odds for this one, Bucks minus 250 at home, with the Nuggets comeback at a plus 200, total at 221.5, and spread at 6.5. Public bet percentage, 57% of the bets on Milwaukee, but 63% of the money on Denver. For the total, 82% of the bets and 81% of money towards the over. And for the spread, 59% of the bets coming in on Denver, but 63% of the money coming in on Milwaukee. All right. You might be looking at my face like this. I'm telling you right now, this line makes 0 sense. Makes absolutely no sense at all. This is the dumbest line if this doesn't go, you gotta be kidding me. Why Why are the Bucks 6.5 point favorites against the Nuggets? It doesn't matter if they don't have Jokic. It doesn't matter. It 100% doesn't matter. The Nuggets are better. The Nuggets are clearly better. This team and the Bucks are absolutely horrible. I don't know if you watched them. As you can see in this stretch, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. They just faced Denver and lost to them as well. Got blown up by Minnesota, blown up by San Antonio, barely squeaked by Atlanta. They shouldn't even won that game. And then the Thunder blow them out as well. No Kevin Porter for the Bucks, and possibly no Miles Turner. All right, as well. As long as we get Jamal Murray, Peyton Watson, and Aaron Gordon, those are the 3 key players for the Nuggets. I'm going to be on the side of the Denver Nuggets. Also, I want to make sure. Also, I want to show you second game of a back-to-back. We saw Denver win today. Denver is solid on no rest. 5-3, 62% cover rate against the spread with no rest as well. I think I want to take full advantage of this number. I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense to me. The Nuggets smash play plus 6.5. I don't even care about the total. Give me the points, and I want the money line of the Nuggets in this game here. Last but not least, here in Moda Center, we have the Portland Trailblazers 22-22, going against the Raptors 27-19. Looking at the odds here, minus 210 for the Raptors, comeback of the Trailblazers at a plus 170, and total at 223.5. Spread at 5.5. For the public bet percentage, 59% of the bets, 54% of the money on Toronto, and for the total, 83% of the bets and 82% of the money towards the over 223.5. Right now, spread isn't available as of right now, but this is the second game of back-to-back for Portland. Portland currently winning right now against Miami, and then in that game, Denny Advija left that game, so we're not sure if he's going to be able to go in this one. Definitely, if he's out, that's their leader of this offense. He really has emerged and is one of the most improved players in the league as well. So that's going to definitely hamper them if he can't make it in this game. But Toronto has been super consistent and one of the better Eastern Conference teams and one of the better teams, period, this year. I've been very impressed with Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, and Emmanuel Quickley, and RJ Barrett as well. These 2 teams have already played. That went towards Toronto as well in Toronto, and that was a high-scoring environment, 239 points. So we could see another high-scoring game. With or without Denny Advija here. This is a team with the Trailblazers that has a ton of scorers that could put up points as well, and Drew Holiday definitely can fill in for Denny Advija as well. So this should be a tightly contested game. Value should be on Portland with the plus 5.5, but if we're looking at 2 things, all right, Portland with no rest, their over-under with no rest is one of the worst in the league. 75% of the time is cashing on the under. So the under is in play for this one. All right, under's in the play for this one. And if we're looking at against the spread with no rest for Portland as well, I think they're really good. Hold on, if it wants to load. The last time I seen it, it was like 7-1. It was like 7-1. If I can get this to go. Let's see. Yeah, they're like right behind Philly. Yeah, Portland is 7-1 against the spread with no rest. So this could be a tightly contested game, slower pace. That would make sense because Toronto was a slow pace team. As you can see right here, the 22 overall, and their defensive rating is elite. They're number 8 overall in defensive rating, so that fits that mold here. So the play we're gonna go with this one, I'm gonna go under 223.5 with the total, and I'm gonna go with the Trailblazers plus 5.5. But I do think the Raptors ultimately win. I just think this is gonna be a close game. All right, so we'll go. I like that plus 5.5. I'll go. I like the best value. I'll go Portland plus 5.5. I think the Raptors win, and I'll go total under 223.5. All right, so that's going to be our final play for the slate on Friday. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree or disagree. We can definitely debate about that down below in the comment section. Also, don't forget to sign up for that Patreon. You click on that link, you're going to get full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes over 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon, and peace out.